Well, in a few hours, we're going to be starting another road trip to Helena, Montana, 660 miles to the east, and I think that's about 1,100 and 1,200 kilometers for the rest of the world, that most of which is on metric. We will get to Post Falls, Idaho tonight because we can't start out until late afternoon. That's about 6-hour drive, and then we have to get up before the roosters are crowing tomorrow morning to make the remaining 4-hour drive into Helena. I'm going under the dental drill and knife tomorrow early afternoon, which is why we're making the trip in the first place. Got to get a fancy implant. Yeah, I'm at that age where my teeth in the back, which have been repaired a few times, are just giving up the ghost. So now we're getting the high-priced version. But you're not here to hear about my dental problems, if you're here at all. Especially when I've got the camera on the Mototug. Okay, I started to paint the outside, gave it a real quick coat of light gray, which apparently is the exterior color of the fenders and the engine cover and the front cover. But, well, okay, I've got this really fancy, cool Harder and Steenbeck airbrush. It is a Porsche airbrush for a guy who is about a VW driver certified when it comes to airbrushing. And in the midst of that project, I kicked the cord of the airbrush, which went flying and slammed onto the floor. I didn't think any damage was done, but no, I broke the 0.4 millimeter nozzle. Now that's not the 0.4 millimeter nozzle, that's the 0.2 millimeter nozzle. Fortunately, this set came with a spare. So I found out how much a replacement nozzle and needle, the exterior, the interior part costs. It ain't cheap, folks. This fancy decoration is the Squidmar version, a special version of the Evolution. And I will say, once again, these airbrushes from Harder and Steenbeck are absolutely outstanding. Now you say, why should I complain? I've got a backup needle and nozzle. I haven't done any airbrushing with a 0.2 millimeter, and I tried it, and it's tiny. It's a tiny pattern. It's for people who know how to do camouflage and pin dots and stuff like that. That's out beyond my pay grade right now. So we'll figure that out. Speaking of painting projects, remember when I told you all about screwing up the spare bottom wing? Okay, well, just to refresh your memories, there is the top wing masked. That, of course, is with white primer and Vallejo red on top. Now, I knew that when you put black primer on as the base, you're going to get a different shade. I did not realize it was going to be that different. Now, it's still, and it is Tamiya red, by the way, so it's slightly different. But frankly, if I'd put the Tamiya red on white, it would have been pretty close. So when I do my practice shading on the test, it ain't going to tell me a whole lot in terms of how this looks when I get to it, except whether I can airbrush in a straight line. And I probably should be using the 0.2 millimeter needle for that. Maybe I'll just practice on white paper. But all of that's going to have to wait till we get back from the road trip. In the meantime, just in time, the Tamiya smoke and some ammo shader arrived. And for the life of me, I can't remember which creator and model builder I went to get the tips on using either the Tamiya smoke, transparent smoke color, or these for shading ribs. I've been searching. Unfortunately, or unfortunately, as the case may be, there's a bunch of really good World War I airplane builders out there, but I'll find it. Okay, enough complaining, and with that, I will close on something that is done and will be sitting around, and most of you have seen this before. There is my U.S. Naval pilot team assembled to listen to the captain, or, well, actually, probably be a lieutenant commander or a lieutenant who's leading the team. Okay, on the road, back on the 4th of July to Oregon. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for all of the support and great comments. I really do appreciate it. And I promise I'm not going to kick over my Squidmar Evolution airbrush ever again. Promise.